Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Emily, and since we are all stuck inside and probably feeling pretty weird about everything, I have made a list of some of my favorite feel-good and escapism books that you can read while you are stuck inside. A lot of these books are middle grade books. Middle grade tends to be the fluffy escapism genre. I guess at that age we still have hope for the world. YA is just way too emo to be on this list. Number 1 is Some Kind of Happiness by Claire Legrand. I talked about this book in a wrap-up sometime last year. My feelings, this book. This is such a sappy, contemporary, middle grade book that has lots of fantasy elements. It's really fun, very nostalgic, kind of sad, but ending on a fluffy, hopeful note. Number 2 is The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland in a Ship of Her Own Making by Catherine M. Valente. This is, again, a middle grade book. The next couple are middle grade books, looking at my list. I did a wrap-up on this book as well recently. It is the most pure form of escapism. This book is Alice in Wonderland if Alice in Wonderland was on acid. If you think Alice in Wonderland is weird, this is weirder, but also very wholesome and cute. It is also a very short book, so if you want to be elsewhere for a couple of hours, this is perfect. Number 3 is The Last of the Really Great Wayne Doodles by Julie Andrews Edwards. This is a book I haven't read in years, but I vividly remember being in 6th grade and the teacher read this out loud to the class, which is the only good thing I can say about that school I went to at 6th grade. This is another portal fantasy where a group of siblings get transported into a magical world and have to find the last of the really great Wayne Doodles, which are just some really weird creatures that remind me a lot of A Wrinkle in Time. That's another good book. Not on my list, but you should read that too. Probably not the movies. Number 4 is The Last Dragon by Sylvia D. Marie. This I remember being kind of a sad book, and I'm not entirely sure how it ends, but I remember it very fondly with a lot of nostalgia. This is another middle grade book about an elf and 2 humans and an old sad dragon, and it is adorable and heartfelt and sweet, and as I mentioned, just very full of nostalgia. Number 5 is Everyone's an Alien When You're an Alien Too by Johnny Sun. I think I wrapped up this book too sometime last year. I'm not sure. This is one of the warmest, fuzziest things I've ever read. It's a graphic novel that's just black and white, sort of Sharpie type drawings. The book's not short. The book's like this thick, but it's super easy to flip through. It's about an alien that comes to Earth and essentially makes friends with all the animals and plants there. It is so wholesome. It's the most wholesome thing I think I've ever read. It gave me warm fuzzy feelings, and I don't normally get warm fuzzy feelings from Sharpie drawings. Number 6 is The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. Neil Gaiman is amazing. I would also like to recommend Stardust, but I can't because I haven't read the book. I've just watched the movie 18 times. I know. You can probably read anything middle grade-ish by Neil Gaiman. But The Graveyard Book is this sweet little book about a boy who gets raised in a graveyard by ghosts, and he can sort of walk through walls and walk through the graveyard and has all these little sort of episodic adventures, and it ends on a very sweet note. I listened to this on audiobook, and Neil Gaiman actually narrated the audiobook, which made the experience so much better. I would recommend the audiobook. Neil Gaiman has a lovely voice, and he puts a lot of emotion and charm and wit into his own story. Number 7 is All Systems Red by Martha Wells. This is not middle grade. This is not really fuzzy, warm feelings, but it is pure escapism, like on the level of Lord of the Rings takes you to a different... This is the first in a series of 4 novellas. I completely got lost in this novella and its sequel. The main character is witty and funny and snarky, and it's sort of, if you need a chuckle and you need to relate to someone else being just fed up with the universe, read All Systems Red. I don't have to say read the next ones because once you read it, you will be trying to get your hands on the next books. Number 8 is Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling. Do I really? I don't think I need to say anything about these books. They start off as middle grade, they sort of end as YA. There are childhood adventures for anyone who sort of grew up with them. I don't really need to pitch it any more than that. Number 9 is Winter Rose by Patricia McKillop. I think I've mentioned this in my list of favorite books of all time. This is a very odd story. I'm going to tell you right now that I don't entirely know how to sum it up. I tried to sum up the plot of this book to my mother the other day, and I couldn't. I know everything that happened, but it's one of those books where everything happens and sort of nothing happens. The basic premise of this book is it's a fairy tale, fae type of story. I think it's based on like the Winter Queen fairy tale very loosely. It's about 2 sisters and this magical sort of fae guy that comes to their village, and the whole story is this really weird, dreamy, odd, sort of, they're half drunk half the time, but not in a weird way, type of story. I made that sound like a YA book, and it's not. It's very good. And number 10 is The Hobbit by Tolkien. Of course. The Hobbit is, again, a pure hit of nostalgia from childhood that's just gonna take you back to Middle-earth. This is also a book I feel like I don't really even need to pitch. Come on. This remains, to this day, one of my favorite stories ever, even more so than Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is, as much as I love it, a little bit of a slog to get through. Let's all be clear. The Hobbit is just adorable. It's got adventure and fantasy and friendship and a little bit of sadness. Feelings. The Hobbit. Punched. Yeah. So those are 10 feel-good books and escapism books, mostly from my childhood, that I recommend to you when we're all stuck inside for who knows how long. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and if you do, ding that little notification bell. I upload videos on Fridays about books and or writing and or movies. Everybody wash your hands, stay safe, and I will see all of you next week. Bye!